Hey guys, we're going to try to incorporate some videos into our classroom. And I'm new at this, so just bear with me. Not sure how it's going to work. Feels a little awkward. But if you'll bear with me, hopefully it'll be a help to you. My goal is for you to feel like you're part of the class and that you are part of the Carl Albert State College Viking family, and for you to know that um, that you have access to me as your instructor. That is, you're not bound to just a blackboard discussion or something of that nature. So I wanted to kind of give you an opportunity for those of you who've never met me and to kind of put a face and a voice with a name, and then at the same time, be able to explain some things that sometimes are just easier told or said than in an email or text. So, first of all, let me say I'm glad you're taking American government. I hope that you have watched the videos, in particular the video of David Souter on the welcome page. If you have any questions, please make sure you email me at mkwomack@carlalbert.edu, and I'll be happy to get back with you as quickly as I can. And again, I'm available for you at any time. If you need to set up office hours to actually come into the office, more than welcome to do that as well. We'd love to have you come and visit. Um, I'm in class till about noon every day, so any meeting would have to be after that time. But if you'll shoot me an email, we'll set up a time and we'll meet and see if we can't work any problems that you may have out. Let me also say that um, uh, a lot of times students will get behind on their work and want to just drop the class. Let me encourage you to be communicating with me. Life does happen, and I'm aware of that. And so please communicate with your instructors, and we'll do everything we can to help you. Okay, so the first discussion board that you have due coming up on the 21st, I believe it is, and make sure you're checking your calendar that's on the left-hand side of the page at all times. Make sure you're staying ahead. You don't want to get behind. Uh, but the very first discussion board is ask if life in America has been shaped by the Constitution. What what would life be without the Constitution? So, in order to answer that question, I think we really have to um, consider what the Constitution has done for us. And so, I think as you are writing your discussion, what you may want to focus on is the important aspects or principles of the Constitution. And I think that starts with understanding, first of all, that the Constitution was written by the framers to limit government and not limit the rights of the people, which is the underlying principle of basically everything that's in the Constitution. Um, Separation of powers, three equal branches, um, and even the Bill of Rights. And so I think the way to look at this question and answer this question um, is to think about those rights. What makes American life unique? What makes American culture unique? For instance, freedom of speech, which is very, very important in American culture. And so throughout our history, we have had an opportunity as American citizens to voice dissent with our government because of the freedom of speech, whether it be orally dissent or written articles that are critical of the government. That's part of our right as an American citizen and is protected by the Constitution. And if we should, as we study the Constitution and you read your text, you're going to find that throughout our history there have been challenges to that um, to that right. For instance, the Alien and Sedition Acts that were passed under the presidency of John Adams, our second president, that made it illegal for anyone to criticize the president. In fact, people were arrested and fined for criticizing the president. Now, that's obviously an unconstitutional law. And then you consider the American history and how many times and the issues that people have dissented from the government, and the marches and the protests, and the editorials in the newspaper, the commentary on the television, that websites that are dissenting websites that speak against policies of the American government. All of those things happen because of our freedom of speech. And then to consider what changes have been brought in our culture. For instance, without the civil rights movement, led largely by Martin Luther King Jr., it's highly likely that the civil rights of African Americans would not have advanced to the extent that they have in modern times. Why? Because of the freedom of speech. You study the war in Vietnam. The war in Vietnam was not necessarily lost. However, America withdrew forces from Vietnam largely because of protests by American youth. So you can see how that the First Amendment, and that's just one of the rights found in the Bill of Rights, has really impacted American society. So without the First Amendment, the protecting the freedom of speech, the Alien and Sedition Acts may have never been overturned. Corruption in the government may have never been exposed. There may have been a tyrannical American government. There may have been the creation of an American monarchy, all because the voice of dissent was silenced. So that's just one simple way that you can look at how life may have been different, how American culture may have been different if we did not have the Constitution. So what I want you to do is I want you to read your chapter number 1, and I want you to give some thought. Don't just sit down and start writing. Give some thought to your to what you're writing. Make sure that you not only give me an opinion, but substantiate your opinion with facts, with accepted academic opinion, if you will, that you can reference in your textbook or the videos that I've provided, or even research that you've done on your own. At the end of the day, if you will write clearly and logically and support your work, I'm not looking for your opinion and if I agree with you or don't agree with you. I'm simply looking to see that you can express yourself in a logical manner that is substantiated using our textbook and other sources, and prove that you understand the concepts that we're studying in chapter 1. Okay, this is my rookie video, so you got to cut me some slack. Hopefully videos going forward will improve, be more informative, maybe more entertaining. And just keep in mind that you can get a hold of me anytime here at Carl Albert. I'm at the Ollie Center. My office is room 1107. My office number is 918-647-1454. Anytime you need me, send me an email or give me a call on the office phone. All right. I look forward to seeing you again.